What is going on, guys? It is our Human Games here, and welcome back to the channel for another video. Hopefully you guys are having an awesome day. In today's video, we are coming at you with another tier list, and today is going to be an interesting one. Today we are ranking every single Call of Duty game, just the entire game as a whole. So the multiplayer, the campaign, and if the game had zombies or a third game mode and stuff like that. So I'm super excited to get into this, and I hope that you guys are excited for this as well. And you know, without any further ado, let's just go ahead and just get right into it. As you guys can see, we actually have them in order of release. This list does include Vanguard, and we'll get into that just a little bit with me talking about Vanguard and whatnot, but that'll be the last one that we rank. But anyways, let's go ahead and get these three out of the way, because honestly, I can talk about this one just a little bit, but these two, got to put them in never played. COD 1 and COD 2, never played them. You know, back then I really wasn't into Call of Duty when those came out. I actually was more into this game called SOCOM at the time. If I can, I'll put up a picture on the screen. But that was like the war game that I would play back then. And yeah, so for me, SOCOM was what I played, not Call of Duty. So unfortunately, that's there. Now, COD 3, I did play just a little bit. COD 3 was an interesting one for me. I started the campaign, never fully finished it. I think I only got through like one mission of the campaign, and then I never came back to it. So basically never played it. So I don't feel comfortable ranking it up here on any of these tiers. So I'm just going to go ahead and put it in never played. I mean, those three, honestly, like, that's like the start of Call of Duty kind of. COD 4, we'll talk about this here in a second, was so much different than these three. But with that being said, gotta go ahead and chuck these, even though I did play this one a little bit, just in like never played. And maybe one day I'll go back and play the old ones, but maybe not at the same time because of what COD 4 did for Call of Duty, which I guess we'll go ahead and talk about that. COD 4, the original Modern Warfare game. So it changed a lot for Call of Duty. It really did. It brought the multiplayer that we love and know to the game today. They changed, you know, a lot about this game. And it was, if we didn't get COD 4, none of these games would have probably happened, just because of how Call of Duty was going at the time. So Create a Class was introduced, you know, one of the best campaigns I think ever. And the fact that it stands among like all of these, and if this one didn't exist, none of these would exist, you know, these sub titles and stuff like that. So I gotta put COD 4 in A tier. I actually really enjoyed the campaign. When the game first came out, I didn't play too much multiplayer, but then when the remaster version of it came out with Infinite Warfare, I did play a lot of it, so I actually really enjoy the COD 4 multiplayer and stuff like that. Obviously, I didn't play it on the PS3 when I had it. I did play it on the PS4, I think, when the remaster came out. But when COD 4 originally first came out, I did play that. That was the first Call of Duty I ever fully played, finished the campaign, and even played a little bit of the multiplayer in with it. And still to this day, I think that you could go back and play this game and still have fun on it. I mean, there's some key maps. I mean, you've got the smallest Call of Duty map in history on here, which is Shipment, which I believe is still the smallest. Don't quote me on that, but it might still be the smallest. I don't know. But yeah, COD 4 was a good one. All right, I got to go ahead and say this. This one is going to trigger some people, because World at War, I have heard so much about how amazing the Call of Duty is, how amazing the campaign is. Obviously, this was the Call of Duty that introduced zombies. I heard the multiplayer was fun. I heard that overall, this was a really good Call of Duty, and I've never played it. I actually own it, so I could go back and play the multiplayer on it, or not multiplayer, but I could go back and play the campaign on it, but I still have not played it to this day, so I do have to put it in never played. I mean, just from hearing about it, I think that I would like it enough, you know, once I actually do get to play it, to put it in like an A tier kind of thing, but I can't put it up there because I've never played it. This is the one that I'm probably the most excited to like play out of these, obviously, so I guess I'll chuck that down here. But honestly, I've never played World at War, and I want to, and it just seems fun. I own the game, I just haven't played it yet. All right, these next two, I made an entire tier for just these two. So we've got Modern Warfare 2. Modern Warfare 2, obviously a big game in the Call of Duty, community in the Call of Duty world. Everybody wants it to be remastered and stuff like that. I agree with it. Modern Warfare 2, amazing story, continuing off of Modern Warfare 4, or off of COD 4, I guess, the original Modern Warfare. Amazing storyline, amazing multiplayer. Like, some of the best multiplayer we ever got in a Call of Duty game, still to this day, was from this. You had the iconic maps of, Rust and Terminal and stuff like that. I mean, it's a good game. Obviously, it was the first one that I ever played online with friends from school and stuff like that. So that's a huge hit for me right here. And, like I said, the storyline was good. It did have a Spec Ops mode that I actually didn't play too much. Was the third option for it. But when I did play it, it was pretty fun. And overall, if you're not chucking this in at least S tier, I just now realized something. There's something messed up with my thing here. Hang on. Let me fix that here. All right. Yeah, there we go. So that's the rankings. But if you're not going to put this Call of Duty in an S+ tier, you're wrong. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 was a banging game, and it has to go into S+. I mean, I still would have nostalgia going back to it to this day playing it. I mean, I remember getting this. I don't even remember how old I was. I was thinking like 6th grade playing Modern Warfare 2, but like, I'm telling you, the time period of this game and when it came out, this is a different Call of Duty right here. I mean, it hits different. And now that we have this S tier, I kind of want to move that there. For now, we'll keep it there. We'll keep it there like that, but it might change. Black Ops, the original Call of Duty Black Ops. Now, I have said this time and time again, and I think that you guys all know on the channel about this. I just talked about it during the live stream, I think like a week or two ago. Black Ops 1 is my all-time favorite Call of Duty game. There is not a Call of Duty game in my mind that beats this. So, why was it amazing? The campaign was really good. I really enjoyed the campaign. Some people didn't, and I don't know why not, but some people did enjoy the campaign. Absolutely love the campaign. I love how, the storyline is. I mean, it was the big kickoff to, all the Black Ops series and stuff like that. You had zombies on it. The zombies were really good. I mean, this was the game that I started zombies on. Some really good zombies maps coming out of that. Easter eggs beginning to start in zombies as well. A little bit of a storyline element starting with zombies as well with those Easter eggs, so that's a big deal. And the multiplayer was good. The multiplayer was amazing. I love most of the maps on the original Black Ops. Then you got to think too, Nuketown's on it, which is one of the most iconic, Call of Duty maps of all time, especially on the Treyarch side of Call of Duty. It was just an overall really good game. Plus, not to mention the first Call of Duty game I ever prestiged in. You guys know where this is going. It's going S+. It has to, and I'm going to put it right there in front of Modern Warfare 2. Like, Call of Duty Black Ops to me is that standout Call of Duty that, like, if I could go back and only play one Call of Duty in my life again, it would be Black Ops again. Because I absolutely love the original Black Ops, and that's just where I stand with it. Next up, we've got MW3. So, kind of the first game to start pushing into the future a little bit with Call of Duty. Not too far into the future, but Modern Warfare 3 was supposed to take on, that theme of continuing the Modern Warfare storyline. Really good campaign, I will give it that. I didn't really play the third person or the third party mode too much. I think that it was just like a survival, like wave thing, which was kind of cool to play a little bit. Personally, Zombies is so much better than that. But Modern Warfare 3 did have a good story to it. The multiplayer was okay. I don't remember it being as good as, like, how much fun I would have on, like, COD 4's multiplayer, playing the remastered version of it. So, for me, Modern Warfare 3 was kind of, in my opinion, I don't even want to say one of the worst, because it's still up there with, like, the best Call of Duties, but it's not as good as, it's not on COD 4 or Modern Warfare 2 level. So, Modern Warfare 3, I'm going to put in A tier because I did like the story. The third-party mode, for being a third-party mode that's not zombies, was still good. Because later on in Call of Duty, we get, some other ones that aren't really that hit, especially in Ghost. But, This game was good. It had the good storyline. It had the good multiplayer and stuff like that. And I'd probably just rank it at A tier. It's just not as good as these two, so I can't put it on the same level as, Modern Warfare 2 or just the original Modern Warfare in my eyes. Black Ops 2. This is an interesting one because I think a ton of people would chuck Black Ops 2 into S+. Me personally, I enjoyed Black Ops 2. Now, so this was the first Call of Duty with branching storylines, and we actually ended up getting it later on in Cold War as well, but those are the only two games that have a branching storyline for the campaign. This is one of the few Call of Duty games that I started the campaign and I still have never finished it, but I mean, I kind of got the basis of like the story and like how it ends and stuff like that, so good campaign overall, continuing from Black Ops 1, that storyline right there. But the zombies for this game, I know that they ended up, turning it around with Mob of the Dead and Origins. I didn't really enjoy zombies too much in Black Ops 2. I mean, it kind of grows on me now when I go back and play it, but, at the time of it, I wasn't a huge fan of it. I'd still want to just play the regular Black Ops maps. And then you had multiplayer. I mean, multiplayer did introduce some good things. You got, another version of Nuketown. I think this one was 2025. And then you also had Hijack, which is a really big deal map now because, it came back in Cold War and stuff like that. But, yeah, and I think it actually came back in Black Ops 3 as well, like Skyjack or something like that. But everybody loves this game because like competitive and stuff like that. What went down with it was a big deal game in Call of Duty world. I personally did not like it as much as Black Ops 1. It was still good, but I'm not confident enough to chuck it up in S+. So what I'll do is I'll put it in S. I mean, I think that it was a good game overall, and I'd probably put it in front of the original Modern Warfare. If I'm being honest with you, I am a Black Ops fan, like through and through. So that's where I'm coming from with this. I feel like in Call of Duty, you're either Modern Warfare or Black Ops, and I'm 100% a Black Ops person. So I'm, you know what though, I'm torn on this. I like these two probably even. Honestly, like good story here, good campaign here. It had zombies, but like I said, it didn't really kick in more into like the last 3 maps that they released with Buried Mob and Origins. But still an overall really good Call of Duty. Now here is what I think is a controversial Call of Duty. We've got Call of Duty Ghost, and this was a game that I feel like that out of every Call of Duty game that's came out, I mean, we have Infinite Warfare, which we'll talk about that here in a little bit, but this was the game up to this point that everybody just loved to hate. Everybody bashed on Ghost. I feel like that some people didn't really give Ghost the best chance that it deserves. I did, for that matter. I played the campaign, I played the third-party mode, I played multiplayer, and stuff like that, and I hate to say it, like, I know that people are going to get mad at me about it, but I don't mind Ghost. I actually think Ghost is a highly underrated Call of Duty. Like, I know that it's not on the same level as Black Ops and Modern Warfare 2, or maybe not even, like, Modern Warfare 3, but this game is not that bad. Comparing it to some of the Call of Duties that we get later on down the line, Ghost was actually a pretty good Call of Duty. Like, I don't know. I enjoyed it. I think that it was fun, and I don't know. I think the campaign was really good. I really enjoy the Ghost storyline. I hate that it ended with a cliffhanger, like as if we were going to get Ghost 2, but we never did because of how much the community hated Ghost and stuff like that. But Ghost is not a bad Call of Duty. Even the multiplayer was good. I mean, there's a few standout maps that I could think of on this Call of Duty that was fun. Strike Zone. When you got the nuke in this game and dropped it on Strike Zone and the entire map changed, that was sick. But I don't know. I'm not going to put it like up at A tier, but what I will do is Ghost is going to be, because me and Lexi have gone back and played Ghost together and stuff like that. And I've actually had a lot of fun playing it. And, I don't know. I just think that this Call of Duty was very underrated. And I think that it is a good Call of Duty game. Maybe not as good as like these right here. Like I'd probably play these before I get to this one, but this one is not bad. I think I think people need to go back and play Ghost again, and you'll see. I mean, it is the game that has like the least amount of people online now for it over every Call of Duty that's been made. But Ghost is a fun game. I actually really enjoyed it. Now, the next three are interesting. We're getting into jetpack era with Call of Duty, so it's pick your poison. Not only jetpack era, but the era that every developer decided to make a zombies mode because of the blow up from it from Black Ops, really from Black Ops and Black Ops 2 right here. But we got Advanced Warfare, so a game that I never played the campaign. Just side note, all three of these, I never played the campaign. This one, I know the story for, so I'll talk about it when we get there. But Advanced Warfare, I never played the campaign for. I heard that it was actually a pretty good campaign for what was going on with it at the time. We obviously have got the first game that introduced the exosuits and stuff like that with the burst jumping, with that extra added movement and stuff like that. We did have a zombies mode. Me personally wasn't a huge fan of the zombies mode. I appreciate Sledgehammer for trying it and stuff like that. But then we also had multiplayer. And if I remember right, with the jumpsuitness of like the Call of Duty, the multiplayer was really not that bad. Like I didn't love it, but I didn't hate it at the same time. If you ask me, I don't really have any standout maps from Advanced Warfare though. I can't tell you, like maybe if I saw somebody playing it, I'd be like, oh yeah, I remember that map. But like me sitting here telling you, I can't tell you a single like map name from Advanced Warfare. I really can't. But I don't know. I think that for a game that started the jetpack Call of Duties, it really wasn't terrible. Like, I don't know. I look back at like the other Sledgehammer games that were made and like I start questioning like, was Advanced Warfare Sledgehammer's best work like overall? So I don't know. I want to check Advanced Warfare and see. I don't think it was too bad. I don't think that it's the best game that was ever made. Obviously, it's okay in my opinion. But we've seen better with the jetpack games, including Black Ops 3. Black Ops 3 was a big deal game. Black Ops 3 was actually the first Call of Duty that I did not buy like on release day. Like all of these other Call of Duties up here that I played got all of these on release day, maybe except for Modern Warfare 4 or COD 4. I keep saying Modern Warfare 4. I mean Modern Warfare. But all these other ones I got on release day for the game and stuff like that, and played them, obviously, grinded that game, most of the day and stuff like that. But Black Ops 3, man, I don't know. I think after Advanced Warfare, I was getting kind of burnt out of Call of Duty, honestly. And I didn't appreciate Black Ops 3 for what it was at the start of it. Now, once I got the game and played it, man, it took off. So first of all, let's just go through all the categories. Campaign for this was a letdown. I know that. I know it was a terrible campaign. Didn't really have anything to do with like the Call of Duty's like Black Ops storyline in general. So that's a bust right there. But if you look past that and you look at the zombies, like let's talk about zombies right up front with this, because I am a zombies guy. Best zombies maps, best zombie storyline game in history. So like you have the original maps that launched with the game. Shadows is one of my favorite maps that's ever came out. Dreisendracht is one of my favorite maps that ever came out. Then you have Zetsubo, Garad, Revelations, which, Revelations was an iffy one because it wasn't really anything new, but everybody wanted a map like that at the time. Then you had Zombies Chronicles release, putting, I think it's 14 zombies maps on one game. Like, that's amazing. You have like half the zombie storyline right here on this one game. So zombies hit it out of the park. Amazing Easter eggs, boss battles during the zombies and stuff like that. So really good in that standpoint. And the multiplayer for a jetpack Call of Duty, I enjoyed this multiplayer. This was a good Call of Duty game. Like, I mentioned Skyjack coming back. You obviously had Nuketown coming back, but there was like some other standout maps to me that I actually really enjoyed in this game, and one of them was Aquarium. That was a really good map. There was another one. I forget the name of it, but it was a lot of fun. But yeah, I think Black Ops 3 was a good Call of Duty, and it stood out, obviously, once we got to Infinite Warfare, which I can kind of talk about these two at the same time in a way. But first of all, we're chucking this in S, but past Black Ops 2. I'm doing that. Like, I don't know. I honestly don't know how long my camera's been out for, but we're back now. I'm putting Black Ops 3 in front of Black Ops 2. because of the fact that I enjoyed it more, and it had a longer life cycle for me. So does anybody disagree with that? Infinite Warfare needs to be an F tier. Like, only reason why I bought Infinite Warfare was to get COD 4 remastered, which is what most people did. I think me chucking this in F tier is pretty solid. There's only one redeeming factor on Infinite Warfare, and that's Zombies in Spaceland. Really good map to launch with the game, but everything else was trash. I literally maybe played multiplayer for like 2 games and realized that I didn't like it. Never played the campaign for it and stuff like that. Just overall a bad Call of Duty game. And what I mean by Black Ops 3 standing out here among Black Ops 2, for me, in my eyes, I'd put Black Ops 3 in front of Modern Warfare 2, just for this single reason, was the life cycle that this game had for me. Because when Infinite Warfare sucked, when I played Infinite Warfare maybe for like a week, right, I would jump back and forth between COD 4 Remastered and Black Ops 3. Most of the time ending myself back up on Black Ops 3. But yeah, in my eyes, honestly, Infinite Warfare was terrible. We all know that. We all know the storyline behind it, just and how much the community hates it and stuff like that. So there's that for you. World War II. World War II was Sledgehammer's second game being on a development cycle for Call of Duty. And honestly, like, I don't know. This is a weird one for me because the campaign was solid, was really good, especially considering how much time they had to make World War II. It was not a lot of time. They were working on Advanced Warfare 2 at the time. And, after seeing the fail of Infinite Warfare, Activision came in and was like, hey, can't do that. Let's scrap that plan. Let's make a whole new plan. They came out with World War II. Campaign was good. I like the storyline of the campaign, even though, we've seen that World War II, storyline before in Call of Duty, but different story that it's following, but still World War II. We finally got away from the jetpack Call of Duty era, which was nice, back to boots on the ground and stuff like that. But I think the thing that killed me for this, and it did have a zombies mode, but zombies mode was like, I feel like the best zombies map on this game was the one that first came out, like, with the game. Like, it added that, like, creepy element that they were going for with zombies in this game. But what really hits me hard and what I struggle with World War II with every time I think about it is the multiplayer. When the game released, it only had, I want to say, it felt like it only had like 8 multiplayer maps when it released. And it was very apparent that it was lacking to the point that I never even played it during its DLC cycle. Like, once again, what was I going to go back to? I went back to Black Ops 3 and played Black Ops 3 more than I played World War II. I don't know. I think there was a time period that I did have fun playing multiplayer. That first zombies map is a little bit more of a redeeming factor to me because it did add like that creepy element that they were going for with it. The campaign was good. I think I'm going to chuck it behind Advanced Warfare. I think it was good. I don't think that the game was great overall. I heard that it did get an overhaul like after I started playing it, but World War II, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you there. Black Ops 4. Black Ops 4. One of the games that was very overhyped, I think. So, first of all, the game didn't even come with a campaign mode. It's just gone out of the way, right? They tossed that aside to bring in Blackout, which was the first ever Call of Duty Battle Royale, which we all know how that went because now we have Warzone today. But Blackout was interesting because it tried to combine a whole bunch of iconic Black Ops series maps kind of into one big map. They even had like areas where zombies would spawn, where you could get a mystery box and stuff like that. So it was interesting. It was cool. It was an interesting take on like the Battle Royale when it first came out. But nobody really played it and all that stuff. So then you get down to that. Then your only 2 redeeming factors is multiplayer and zombies. Zombies not the best. There was a couple standout maps, like 9 was good, and then you had Ancient Evil that was good, but then the rest of them during the DLC cycle for the most part were remakes of maps. Like Tog. I actually like Tog. Tog's not bad, but Tog was a remake. You had Alpha Omega that was a remake. Kind of ended, that storyline from Zombies that we've been following since World at War. But I don't know. And then multiplayer was interesting because they added like the no regen health and you actually had to heal yourself and stuff like that. This game honestly was not that good. Overall, for a Call of Duty game, I hate to say it, but it was not that good. I'm chucking like Black Ops 4 in D tier because of how high my expectations were for it and how low like they were dropped once the game came out. So for me, it's going into D tier. I like that. Like I personally would probably play Advanced Warfare, World War II, Ghost, Modern Warfare. I'd play all that over Black Ops 4, even though it does have a couple good Zombies maps. Like you'll see me go back and play Black Ops 4, 4.9, and Ancient Evil. But outside of that, that's it. I mean, Classified was good too as a remake, but I don't know. I even gave multiplayer a chance for this one, but it just wasn't it. All right. This is an interesting one. Modern Warfare 2019. Just recently played the campaign for this one. It's actually my most recently finished Call of Duty campaign. And, the storyline was good. First of all, I want to talk about the graphics of this game because it felt like that you were in a movie. Not really in a game, but in a movie. This game has got the best Call of Duty graphics of all time, even though we have these two after it. Best Call of Duty graphics goes to this game, man. But story was really good. I don't think it's as strong as like this Modern Warfare story or this Modern Warfare story, which it's technically, spoiler alert if you haven't played the campaign. This is the prequel to this one, so it kind of falls into that line of the story. And it makes me wonder where we're going next with that storyline, especially with Call of Duty coming out this year, which is kind of going to follow the same story, I guess. I don't know how they're going to do it, but whatever. Good campaign, though, overall. I think it had a good campaign. It has a good multiplayer. I did play a little bit of multiplayer during Modern Warfare 4. It had a good multiplayer mode. And then, the big release later on was Warzone. And this was the game that Warzone released on. And it's huge in the Call of Duty community. Like, I personally don't like Warzone as much as I like Fortnite, right? But for Call of Duty to have a free-to-play Battle Royale was a big deal. And Warzone did that. And that's Modern Warfare. Like, this original Modern Warfare right here. So it's tough for me to rank it because I'm not as big on, the Warzone side of it as other people as other people are. But when it came out, it was fun. It was definitely fun. You know what? I think for me, I can safely put Modern Warfare probably an S because multiplayer was good. The story was good. And then you had Warzone 2. So I'll put Modern Warfare an S. Yeah, that sounds good. All right, we've got 2 more left, and I'm going to leave Cold War for last because I kind of got to talk about Vanguard to even talk about Cold War. So Vanguard, we're not through Vanguard's entire cycle yet. But what I will say, and I've not played the campaign yet, what I will say, this game is not that good. It's not. It's really not. So I gave it a chance when it launched. I played the zombies. The zombies just did weird things to like zombies just in general. Like it tried to continue with the Cold War story of zombies, but it couldn't at the same time. It was bad. I haven't played the second zombies map yet, but I'm going off of the first zombies map. Just awful to the point where you couldn't even pause the game without like the game like killing you. Right. So that was not fun. And then you also had multiplayer. I gave a shot for like a week. I got a gold gun, and then I just stopped playing because, once again, so Vanguard was supposed to launch with the most maps on launch for multiplayer, but you still just cycles through like the same 3 or 4 maps at a time, and it's so annoying. Like, the potential that you have for this. You know what I mean? Like, the other thing that I noticed is like a little hidden thing about Vanguard is they took out the like map voting system. Like Cold War still had it where you could vote for what map to play on next and stuff like that. You couldn't do it in Vanguard. You couldn't. And I don't know. Vanguard for me is an interesting one because we're still not through it yet. But what I can see the path that it's going down is it's not releasing enough content. And what I mean by that is, you know, they released not too long ago like 2 new maps. Those are like one of the 2 new maps is the best map in the game. Like, that's pretty, I don't know. Me, Vanguard's got to go D. It's going behind Black Ops 3. It's almost on the same level as Infinite Warfare for me, but I'm not ready to put it down into F yet. But Vanguard is not good. I don't like Vanguard. It is what it is. It's there, but it's not good. You can't tell me that Vanguard, just in general, is a better Call of Duty than any of these that are above it. You know, some people will argue like Ghost, but it's not that good. It's really not. I think that it's Sledgehammer Games, man. Just slowly going downhill right here, but Vanguard, the worst of them. Still following a World War II storyline, which is not tied to this storyline at all. So that's no fun. But yeah, I gotta put it right there. And finally, we are ending with Cold War. Cold War is an interesting one because I played the campaign for Cold War. Wasn't my favorite campaign, but wasn't bad. It made you kind of think about things. I don't know. It's weird. But what I will say about Cold War is zombies were good. Like, I remember being so hype about Day Machina coming out and then also Firebase Z coming out. Like, that was the big hype of it. You also had the first open world zombies like experience with Outbreak, kind of, which was like a giant map with zombies going through different waves. Pretty much, kind of, some of them introduced like the multiplayer maps, like Zoo was part of it. But other than that, very interesting take on Call of Duty zombies for that part of it. And multiplayer, man, I have been grinding the multiplayer skins for Cold War. You guys know that, or multiplayer camos for Cold War. Now that Vanguard sucks, here I am again, going back to another Treyarch game. I personally love the Treyarch games, but so you had that. You had, Warzone when it implemented the Black Ops Cold War guns and stuff like that. But for me right now, with how I'm playing this game and grinding it, I'm really enjoying it. And I know that some people don't like the multiplayer for it. And, I could say the same thing. Like, there's a lot of the multiplayer maps that I don't like on this game, but then there's a few that stand out to me that I really enjoy. 90% of the time I'm in Nuketown 24/7, but the grinding of the camos has been really fun in Cold War, and I actually really like the camos that you get from it, especially the zombies camos that you get from this game. Zombies was okay. Multiplayers, overall, like, I feel like that I'm just saying that it's an okay game, but to me, I'm still playing it, and it stands out to me that, like, for me, I enjoy this game. Do I enjoy it as much as I did, like, Modern Warfare, though, is the question, which I think Modern Warfare had better maps on it and better, like, overall things, especially the campaign was better in that than in Cold War. But what I will say is I think Cold War belongs there. I'm going to say it. I think that it's an A-tier game, and I enjoy it. I like playing it. Grinding camos is fun, and, yeah. So that's it. That's my Call of Duty tier list. I think that it's pretty good. I think that this one is going to trigger some people, but, I actually enjoy that game. I really do. And, I'll get on playing World at War at some point, and maybe we'll, like, update the tier list or something like that, and I'll, like, tell you guys where I would actually put this game. But for now, it's got to stay there. And overall, like, the only other thing that could really change with these rankings is Vanguard. And it's still up in the air. We still have a little bit of time left with Vanguard as a game, so they could really turn it around and make it better. But right now, it's not that good, and I honestly don't see a light at the end of the tunnel for Vanguard. I really don't. But that's where I rank all the Call of Duty games as of right now. Let me know what your guys' favorites are. What would you put in the S+ tier, and what's your favorite overall Call of Duty? Remember, if you guys are picking up any Rogue Energy, whether it's tubs, shaker cups, trial stack, anything like that, make sure to use code RHGames for 20% off. It does help out the channel a ton. And other than that, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. Thank you guys for watching this video. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and I will catch you guys in the next video.